about habits and how NLP can help. I would love to, for instance, unpack what Andalab has to say. But
yeah, I think while people are joining, I would like to we can discuss about the impact of Clubhouse also. That what
that's
is this? Yeah, what is this platform?
yeah.
How we welcoming people over here. So I think it's a very nice and good initiative for both of us, and we both are enjoying this platform. Whatever we learn, whatever we are doing in our life, our professional life, we bring it in practically with people and feel so close to people so that people also get a chance to share their experience with us. And this is it's not a traditional therapeutic session. I will tell that this is a session where people all are joining together, and whatever we learn from our experience, our education, our training, we happy to share with all. So I really love this Clubhouse platform. What about you, Priya?
Oh, to me, Clubhouse is a space where I allow the freedom that comes with Clubhouse. So we get to, we never know who we'll meet in a Clubhouse room. And that's what makes it so exciting for me. And I like the idea of people entering the room and us finding out that we have a lot more in common with others than we realize. And that to me forms a wonderful foundation for us to learn and grow together. It's truly a situation where the world is one. Andalab, myself, we were discussing how we love the Clubhouse platform as a medium for us to explore topics connected to day living, connected to neuro-linguistic programming, and about how the two subjects can come together into a constructive dialogue between us and other like-minded individuals who can join us today. It's also a wonderful platform where everyone gets to contribute. It's not just one or two speakers. Anyone and everyone is free to appear in the speakers gallery at any point in time during the discussion and share any insights or thoughts or contributions so that we can all grow together with the shared knowledge that builds up throughout the session. Andalib, you were also talking about how Clubhouse is meaningful for you, right?
Yeah, and Priya, you're absolutely right when you say that we don't know the people who are coming and joining with us. That is also a very we are holding space of for everyone so that everyone is joined here, everyone can join, share, and discuss. And it's a new learning for us, new era for us that different people, different views, different perception, and we all welcome those kind of different perception and views also. Uh, there's a topic we always say that match and mismatch. That is a personality pattern. So some things when we are matching with each other with our talking, with our physical cues, cognitive cues, that is matching. But sometimes mismatch also require, like when different people are coming, they're giving their perception from different perspective. So those maybe I'm not agree with those things, but that is also a stretching for my mind, creating new spaces in my brain so that I can act differently and learn differently, and also I can take it inside into me. Those whatever it is good, whatever it is beautiful for me, it's my view that I would like to take all it into me.
I love that thought, stretching your mind. That's amazing.
Yeah.
KP, you're someone who has participated in all our Clubhouse sessions to date. In your opinion, how do you find Clubhouse as a platform for what we do?
Yeah, I think it seems to be a very convenient, informal platform. I think, I guess it's easy to join in and just listen in. I would imagine most people just prefer the option of just listening in versus being active. But yeah, so far so good from my side. I haven't joined too many of the clubhouse sessions, but it seems like a very informal, convenient platform.
Nice, nice. Thank you for that. Yes. Yeah, for us, every clubhouse session is completely unscripted, completely off the cuff, completely real and immersive. Thank you, Andalip, for helping us to unpack why we are here and why we do what we do and what we look forward to gaining with each session. Because every session that unfolds on the Clubhouse platform leaves me feeling all the richer each time. And I'm always excited and looking forward to the next one that we host. So thanks, Andalip, for drawing our attention to that. Yeah, it's
And
amazing.
Priya, that is amazing. That is Priya also. It becomes a habit for me right now.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
A habit. Oh, wow. I like how we have so neatly, very subtly segued into the topic of the day. A new habit, a new
Yeah.
life. That's
Yeah.
perfectly done, Andalin. That was awesome. And
So yeah.
yeah, I
Yeah.
actually think it's time for us to get the ball going. It's we're 10 minutes into our hour, and perhaps what we can do is just start. Let's perhaps we can introduce ourselves. Andalib, I leave. I will invite you to please introduce yourself to the session.
Thank you, Priya. So I'm Andalip. I'm a counseling psychologist and NLP trainer. I have my experience that in NLP and in counseling. Right now, what I'm doing that I'm blending my two skills together for the clients, and I also work for different organizations. As my expertise specialization is in trauma and PTSD, and this is the Clubhouse platform. My goal is to bring different topics which are very related with daily life and very close to us. I bring those topics in this Clubhouse platform with Priya, my friend, and we are enjoying so much in this Clubhouse, and we discuss with this, and we have the freedom to arrange this kind of session, and we really love to talk about life, talk about our daily life and daily patterns of our life, which are very important, because something from my experience I can share that everything doesn't lead to trauma. If we deal our daily life issues properly, that becomes a resource for us, so that whenever any traumatic incident happens, it helps us to become more resilient. So these are the very important daily life issues we are talking about in Clubhouse. And every moment I'm enjoying, because lots of people are joining. Whenever people are joining, they share, they care, they support each other, and I really love this community. Thank you,
Lovely.
Priya. Thank you, Priya.
Thank you so much.
I would like to hear some from you also.
Sure, sure. You mentioned that, for you, it's a convergence of the field of psychology and NLP. For me, it's a convergence of life coaching and NLP, or neuro linguistic programming. Um, Life coaching is a field where, we help people move from a present place to a desired place in the future, and in a structured or systematic manner. And I found amazing um, functionality in NLP for in when helping a client achieve that journey to a desired future for themselves. And when we started this clubhouse session, I was so excited about the opportunity to look at the simpler aspects of day to day living. Simpler, but not necessarily easy aspects of day to day living. In our first clubhouse session, for instance, We do you remember what we covered, Andalib? It was a pretty exciting topic, if I recall. We covered ambition, the
Fire up
stuff,
our ambition.
yeah, fire up your ambition,
Yeah.
right? And similarly, and today we're going to talk about habits. And in our topic, we have captured an exciting possibility of how changing just one little habit in your day to day life, in your day to day functioning, can potentially unfold a new life story for you into the future. Like whenever we think about shifting habits or changing our future, we tend to see it as something as something impossible or difficult or intimidating. But what if, with the resources presented to us in the field of NLP, and in your, I'm sure you will have resources in psychology that would be of great value to us. We can achieve the future, a completely different future with just tweaking one habit in our present. And it need not be a large habit, it could be something small, but something that has an exponential effect on the way we live to the point where our future alters as we move forward in life. So, to start discussing this exciting topic, I'd like to hand the mic to Andalib so that she can take us further into this exciting topic. So please go ahead, Andalib. Thank you.
Thank you, Priya. Wonderful sharing. I think lots of topics, lots of contents are coming up from our conversation also. And as I share you that doing this kind of clubhouse session, it becomes a habit for me. And it's a very new habit because as a trainer or a psychologist, I did only the individual sessions, group session, but Clubhouse is very new. Yeah, here we can speak together. We decided our topic and we bring this thing new thing in your new life. So Clubhouse is a very new habit for me, and now it becomes a practice. I'm really eagerly waiting for it. And the first question is coming up in my mind, that how does a good habit impact our life? So whenever talking about how does a good habit impact our life, for me, it's impacting in various way. It's increasing my knowledge and it increasing my map of territory. The map, the structure I'm holding, it's expanding. When we are talking about a new thing, a new life, new habit, it creates a very spatial zone into my mind. So it has a very great impact in my mind and also my body, because when I'm feeling excited with this new habit that I'm going to do this clubhouse session in this month, it is boosting up my energy. And from this experience, I think I do more better in my other aspect of life. As I'm doing this kind of session, as not as a facilitator or therapist, I'm doing it as a participants also, because whenever any exercise going on or I am doing an exercise, I am really into it, because it is my session, my clubhouse. We are free over here to share. So in this way, it creates a new territory in my mind. And I'm really eagerly waiting to do it. And it's become a practice, as I say to it, that it becomes a practice for me. I think about this clubhouse, I talk with you, I discuss with you. So this is a very good impact in my life. So in this way, I'm also curious to know, is there any habit in your life which creates a great impact and help you to move forward?
So in my case, The smaller habits that been able to shift, which led to an exponential impact on the rest of my life, included things like exercise, sleep, certain food habits, and definitely work habits. Whenever I have been able to replace an unresourceful habit in any of these core areas, for instance, with a resourceful habit, and it need not be a very drastic difference. It could just, I use the word resourceful because it it's just the smarter thing to do at that point for me. The ripple effect through the rest of my day-to-day functioning is amazing. For example, if I were to, when I achieve sleep at the right time, when I achieve sleep at, in my case, 10 p.m., um, the next day, everything seems to just click into place better. I'm able to execute other habits more efficiently because I'm just operating from a more resourceful frame. It just alters the course of my destiny when I achieve that sleep habit. So this was a habit I was able to improve upon some years ago. I was a night owl for many years, especially after my children were born. I used to sleep at 1 a.m., 2 a.m., to get a break from my children when they were young. And unfortunately, this unhealthy pattern of sleep affected my life and my health for some years after that. And it was deeply ingrained in me to uh, to not go to bed on time and to postpone sleep even after my children grew up and didn't require me to sacrifice sleep for them after that. But once I realized I started experiencing health issues due to my poor sleep patterns. And once I developed some health scares, I think my desire to become a healthier version of myself and to move away from unhealthy situations caused me to start being more mindful about sleep. And that moving away pattern and was very instrumental in helping me replace an unresourceful habit with a resourceful one. So nowadays I tend to sleep maximum by 11 p.m. And because and that was an example of an unresourceful habit being replaced by a resourceful one for me in my past. Yeah, I'm done speaking. Thank you.
Wonderful. So you bring a very good topic, very important topic that you are shifting, transforming an unresourceful habit to a resourceful habit. Very nice. Is there anyone want to? I'm just curious to know. Is there anyone want to share that? How does a good habit, impact your life?
Yeah, the easiest example I could share about a good habit is, maybe sort of a daily routine of exercise and sport. Just keeps you in a good mental mind frame. It keeps you healthy. It helps you interact with other like-minded people. So that's an example of a habit that has been very good for me and our family.
Wonderful. So, spending time with family and doing exercise, these are also a good habit in our life. Thank you for sharing, Kepi. And there one thing coming up that always a good habit, there's a great impact in our life. Like we are talking about the when I'm talking about the exercise, doing exercise, spending time with family. Also, Priya, you shared that going timely to bed, and my one is doing the clubhouse session. It becomes a habit. So habit, what we are saying, we observe the definition. That's a behavior, one kind of good behavior, repetitive behavior, which we are doing every day, or if we are doing in a time for a time being regularly. And it creates a great impact and good impact, resourceful impact in our life. And as well as that, there are some unresourceful habit also, something which is not helping us to move, something is not creating good impact in our life. So whenever we have good habit, it has an impact in our life. side beside this, there are some habits which are not good, which are not resourceful for us. uh, it has also an impact in our life. So, as Priya, you say that even your children, that they were very young, you create a pattern to go in bed delay. So, how do you shift this kind of habit, this unresourceful habit, to a resourceful habit? Now you're saying that you can go early to the bed. So, what happens specifically? What happens within you which help you to shift this unresourceful habit to resourceful habit?
Um, what I remember is, in the past. So we are talking about maybe about a little more than 10 years ago, quite a long time back. As I mentioned earlier, when my children were much younger, and my sleep patterns got disrupted because I was dealing with young children who had a habit of waking up in the night. And you know how it is, Andalib, with small kids, one tends to lose good
Yeah,
sleep
yeah, I know
patterns during
that.
that time. Yeah. So unfortunately, once my kids settled down, learned how to sleep through the night and got older, I was, I had an unresourceful habit of allowing myself to watch movies and all back in when I was in my early 30s, late into the night, and I still had to get up early in the morning for a lot of responsibilities that I had as a mother and as a wife. And I was at that time operating on very little sleep, 4 hours of sleep, if I 5 hours if I was lucky, but not definitely not enough for someone like me who had a long day. So I think, as I mentioned earlier, moments of illness that resulted from those poor sleep habits were what started making me look at sleep differently. And from an NLP perspective, definitely I identify it as a moving away pattern from an undesired state. Right? I started to realize that um, I felt better in my body and in my mind and in my capabilities on those days after a good night's sleep. And on those days when I didn't have, I was able to see the difference, a clear difference between my ability to function in all my roles, with sleep and without. And so I would say a moving away pattern was one of the first things that enabled me instinctively to start trying to shift the pattern. But as the years went by and as I got more mature, um, I think uh, I going deeper into the input that I received from the world around me that defined my inner map. Especially as I read more and I got more aware of, the way the body functions at a neurological level and so on. I think, and later on when I got into the field of neurolinguistic programming, and I started to understand how the internal representation of the world that we build by letting in, through the way we receive information from the outside world through our five senses. I think all these um, contributed to allowing me to plot how I was able to shift from the unresourceful state to the resourceful state over time. And definitely becoming very aware of what I saw, what I heard, what I felt within my body and within my awareness when I was sleep deprived. Being able to tell the difference between that and what I saw, heard, and felt in my body and in my awareness when I was fresh and rested. I think an awareness of the two states was what allowed me to transition from from the unresourceful habit to the resourceful habit. And yeah, and the lib, whenever you're ready, I'm happy to explain this a little further once you finish unpacking more about this topic with KP, and with anybody else who might join us in this room today.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And very nice that way you are sharing that you bring up the topic of neurolinguistic programming, IRS, internal representation system. I'm also curious to know more about that. I will come back to you after talking with KP. KP, would you like to share a few words? That is there anything specifically you observe yourself in your life when you shift an unresourceful habit to a resourceful habit?
From a diet perspective, I've been trying to cut down on the amount of sugar consumed. So I've had some success in generally avoiding dessert, but I still have sort of one or two pieces of dark chocolate every day. So I'm debating whether it's something I still continue or maybe slowly cut back on that as well. But I'm not too sure if it fits exactly what you're looking for in terms of an unresourceful to resourceful shift. But I think broadly cutting down on sugar has been very beneficial.
Wonderful. What we found from KP also that there is this taking small steps from the diet that take cutting down the sugar from his diet. So it's a one kind of technique that we are taking small steps, specific steps to reach our goal and making this unresourceful habit to a resourceful habit. That is a one way. So to shift the unresourceful to resourceful habit. Now, there are lots of ways that we can identify and explore more. As Priya said, that there is a topic that is called five senses, how we receive our messages within us, and we create the internal representation system within us, and how does it help it to shift our unresourceful to resourceful habit. So new habit for a new life. So, Priya, would you like to experience us the IRS? What is that for you?
Basically, in neuro linguistic programming, we one of the things that is key to understanding um, the field is the understanding that we have five senses, and we these five senses are their sight, sound, and touch, taste, and smell are usually categorized under the category called kinesthetic. So visual, auditory, and kinesthetic. Um, each and every one of us receives input from the world through these senses, through these filters. And within us, they form what is called our internal representation of the world, or the map, or our individual map of the world. And it is with this map that, as human beings, we navigate the outer world, the real world. So this input, as I mentioned earlier, it comes to us through sight, sound, and through the kinesthetic category of taste, touch, and smell. And if you examine how this information manifests in your mind, you will notice that within your mind, you can also experience the sight, sound, taste, touch, and smell. And in neuro linguistic programming, we are aware of how the internal representation of the world within us is seen through the language of the senses, and this allows us to tap into our inner range of senses of the way that define our inner map of the world. It allows us to tap into it in order to alter our experience of the world on the inside of our awareness. So I think my explanation is a little bit complicated here. So what I can do is I can do a small demonstration for the two of you, Andalib and KP, of how the outer world gets represented within us through our senses. So would you like me to take you both through a brief
Yeah,
experience of the senses within your
yeah,
mind?
Priya, absolutely.
All
Sure.
right. Excellent. So I invite you both to just make yourselves as comfortable as you can in whatever you're seated on. Just let it take your weight. Let it um, be as supportive as possible of your back, of your bodies, and just relax into your seats. And you can keep your eyes open or closed, whichever suits your fancy at this moment. And take a deep breath and hold it in for 4 counts and just let it out. And we're slowly going to allow ourselves through our breath, through our slow, steady breaths, to slow our heart rates down, to be present, to be in the moment, and to be as relaxed as we can, and to just sink into our seats and let it take the load off our bones and be completely comfortable. And as you're in your seats and as you're relaxed, I invite you to, in your mind's eye, see a beach. This could be a beach that you have seen in the past, or it can be a beach that you construct in your mind's eye. I want you to smell the salty air. I want you to imagine your feet on the sand of this beach. And I want you to imagine your seats sinking into the sands as you settle deeper and deeper into them. And your weight presses into the sand, into the softness of this beach. And I want you to, in your mind's eye, see a beautiful sky and paint the sky any color you choose. The softer shades of a sunset, the paler shades of the dawn, perhaps a night sky, rich darkness, whatever catches your fancy. I want you to experience the salty air, the sky in the color that suits your senses as we speak, the soft sand, and I want you to hear the waves. Are they large, crashing waves? Are they soft, gentle waves? Allow your ears to hear the waves that appeal to you the most right now. And you're now on the beach. You're hearing birds in the distance. And somewhere nearby, you hear music from a restaurant or a nightclub far away behind you near a hotel. But it's not too loud. It's far away. It's soft enough for you to still be relaxed. And it makes the scene all the more lively to hear this fun music in the distance. And you're now on holiday in the free, limitless space of your mind. And whenever you're ready, once you've finished your little holiday, I invite you to join me in the now and let me know when you're back. I'll wait.
I'm back, Priya.
Yeah,
Welcome back.
I'm back.
That's great. That's great. So I want you to take turns, and whenever you're ready, just share with me what that was like.
Uh, for me, it's a very fresh memory because just few days ago, I went to a beach and visited there. So
Mm-hmm.
I can connect with each and every moment. When you say that I can see the beach, the water, the sky, and hills around the beach. And when you say the feeling is very rooted in my deep inside my mind. When you said that what I mean, the kinesthetic feelings, I can really feel it right now, as if I'm in that moment. And I can also hear the voices around me, the sounds, that there was a restaurant, the boys and the restaurant boys, they are talking with me, my colleagues are talking with me, there are my friends are talking with me, and each and every time I'm feeling the kinesthetic part is very important over here, because I can feel it in my body also. I feel the breeze, and also I'm feeling the happiness, the relaxed mood, that I was so relaxed that time. So that feelings in my body also. Very nice,
That's
yeah.
amazing. Lovely,
Mm.
lovely. Thank you for sharing, Andalib.
Thank you, thank
And
you.
yeah, that was great. And KP, is there anything you would like to share as well about what you experienced during the exercise?
Yeah, uh, yeah. I was thinking about probably a place called Layan in Phuket. So it's a good memory. I've been there many times. So it was sort of good to think about that place.
Hmm. And what was it like? What happened when you were thinking about it? What was your experience of thinking about it during the few minutes when we did the exercise?
Yeah, I think because it's a strong memory, uh, it's easy to visualize the place and the water in particular.
Mhm.
Felt good.
I see. And so you mentioned visualizing the place. You mentioned water. Was there any other representation of that place that struck you, perhaps in terms of what you heard or what you felt in any level?
Um, Not necessarily. Yeah, yeah. It was more. I can see the beach and the water very clearly. Those are the two strongest memory points.
Okay, okay. Because basically, what we do, this is just an example of how we experience the world and represent it within ourselves through data that takes the form of what we see, what we hear, and what we feel. And any kind of information that passes through your filters and defines the world and forms your inner map of the outer world, it is defined by data points like this. And the purpose of this exercise was to just allow you to feel that awareness of how you represent the outer world within you as an inner representation, in order so that you end up constructing your map. And this is a process that has been going on from before you were born. So the map within you is huge. It's a gargantuan amount of data points of everything you've seen, experienced, felt, smelled, and heard since before you were born to this moment. In fact, even as we speak. For example, in this clubhouse room, um, there's a lot of audio input that's entering your awareness, your inner representation, and adding to the map that is being built in real life. And that is an incredible resource within us that we can use to shift a habit. Neurolinguistic programming is a field that allows us to tap into this power, this resource of rich and evolving information of the senses in a way that allows us to change habits, to replace an unresourceful memory with a resourceful memory, to shift our awareness of something that causes us to not feel strong or capable, but to shift the focus to another part of our input, of our information within us, that allows us to feel the opposite, empowered and capable, for example. So I'm happy to unpack this even further with another exercise that we can do in the course of this clubhouse session today before it closes. Andalib, do you have
Yes.
anything you would like to add about what I just spoke about?
Yeah, wonderful that you, when you demonstrate the exercise to us, we are doing it with you. I really connected with my proper three senses, that visual, auditory, and kinesthetic. So I think it's related with my habit, as you said, that it related with my habit, that whenever any unresourceful habit I'm growing in my mind or I'm growing within myself, it has an impact in my internal representation system.
Yeah,
So whatever I am internally, I take this kind of habit, that is my pattern. One thing is that my pattern is to, it was my pulling my hair. It was my pattern. And my internal representation system was that I'm feeling very happy when I'm pulling my hair, because it is very related with my kinesthetic, my bodily experience. So my feelings, I'm feeling my hair. But after that, what happens, when I saw this area of my head, that is, I'm becoming bald, and is creating in like there's no hair in that part of my head, that is not giving me good impression. So whenever I'm doing any kind of hand resourceful habit, make a pattern, somewhere it's giving me happiness also, somewhere it's giving me the comfort also. So in my internal representation system, there is something where we are at. So it is very important thing you are bringing up, that what is our internal representation system? How does this unresourceful habit related with my internal representation system? So that is that when I'm happy with my kinesthetic part of my IRS, that is unresourceful habit. But when I see this thing, when I see the picture of my head, that brings the awareness.
yeah,
And shift coming from their side, that this is the visual, the picture is not good, not attractive as a person of my hair, my head, the infection, the bald part of that part of my hair is not very fascinating. So that becomes the trigger point of myself.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing. So, when we look at the internal representation, as you mentioned, and we apply it to the patterns of the habits that we have, this allows us to then explore how we can use this to replace the influence of an unresourceful habit with a resourceful habit. And perhaps, Andalib, I could invite you to a quick demonstration of how we can unpack the replacement of an unresourceful habit with a resourceful habit by
Yeah.
using our internal representation through our senses.
Okay, I'm ready, Priya.
Okay, great, great. So, if just as we did in the earlier exercise of when we before we visited the beach, I invite you to just rest in your chair and be relaxed and allow the sea to take your weight and to just take a deep breath in and out and be present and be here with me. It's okay if your eyes are open or closed, doesn't matter, whatever feels right. Right. And I invite you to visit a moment where an undesirable habit that you wish to shift has taken over and is happening for you. And it's up to you whether you want to share it in this clubhouse session or not. You can decide. But I just invite you to revisit the last time you experienced the unresourceful habit, and to let me know when it's playing in your mind's eye, like a movie.
Yes, my right now for when you are talking about this exercise, one habit is coming that I'm watching mobile
Hmm.
very late night. So that is my unresourceful habit for me myself right now.
I hear you. I hear you. All right. So you just have to revisit the last time you were watching your mobile in the late at night. Okay. And I want you to I just want you to let me know, where do you see this memory of you watching your mobile late at night? Is it in front of you, or are you in the memory?
I am uh, I'm watching myself. I can see my face holding my mobile
Okay.
in my
So,
bed. Yeah, and
mhm,
it's very close to my eyes.
I see. So you are watching yourself, watching the mobile, but it's close to you, this memory.
Mm.
I see. So I want you to now just push the memory away as till it's about 6 feet in front of you, and pretend it's on a screen and push the screen away so it's 6 feet in front of you,
Okay.
and examine what that's like.
As I'm talking about my memory, that was a very dark because that was night. But when I'm pushing it away, uh, there's a white screen coming up in front of my eye.
Okay. There's a white screen coming up as you push it away.
Hmm.
I see. And where is the memory still visible to you?
And when it's the white screen coming up,
Hmm.
memory is not very. It's not in the middle of the screen. It's a very far away.
I see. I see. All right. And is it still colored, or is it black and white, or what? How does the memory look as you see it? It's good that it has become smaller, but is it black or white or color?
It's dark.
It's
Because
dark.
yeah, it's dark because I can. It's in the only the mobile's light is there, and
Okay.
it's dark.
Okay. Okay. And is there any sound coming from this memory?
No, no sound.
Excellent. Excellent. Can you shrink it even more? Let me know when it is as small as you have made it, as you can make it. How big is it now?
It's um, hmm, it's mid size.
Could you repeat that, please?
So it's not very big, not very small,
Okay.
medium
Is it
size.
medium sized?
Yeah,
Okay.
because my white screen is bigger than the memory.
That's good. That's good. And we will use that white screen. It's not a problem. So I want you to push this memory. Now that you've made it medium sized, we can
Hmm.
squeeze it till it's even smaller, till it's A4 size, perhaps. Let me know when you can do that.
Hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
And now, where I want you to push it to the side so we can use the white screen for a new memory. So where would you like to push this memory?
Down towards the screen.
Okay, so push it down towards the screen and let me know when it's done.
Yeah.
Excellent. So now we are going to leave that memory down there at the bottom of the screen. And I want you to Look for a memory in your mind where you did not look at the phone. You were able to switch it off on time, keep it aside, and and what were you planning to do? Go get some sleep, or were you planning to do something else?
Get some sleep, a happy sleeping.
Okay, great. So just revisit a memory where you successfully put the phone down, you did not watch it, and you were able to get the sleep that you deserved. And let me know when you find that memory.
As I'm thinking now, the clear memory coming up in my mind. That is, I'm in my mom's home,
Okay,
the bed. I'm sleeping there. I'm very relaxed, not watching mobile, laptop, any gadget.
I
So I'm
see.
sleeping there. Yeah,
That's excellent. You're in your mother's home, is what
yeah,
you're
in my
saying.
mother's home. Yeah.
Okay, great, great. And where is your mobile gadget? Is it close by, far away?
No, in the picture there is nowhere.
Okay, it's nowhere to be seen. That's great.
Mm.
So I want you to let me know if is a memory in front of you or are you in the memory?
It's all in front of me.
Excellent. So is it a colorful memory or is it black or white?
Colorful.
Excellent. So I want you to brighten the colors as much as you can using the powers of your mind. And let me know when you have made it as bright as you can.
Yeah. It's so bright now. I can see the yellow, my yellow blanket.
Oh, that's nice. Is it a very, what kind of blanket is
Comfy.
it?
Yeah.
That's good. It's comfy.
It's
That's good.
comfy.
I want you to just briefly step into the memory and see if you can enter that bed and feel the comfort of that blanket. Just to experience it once again.
I love to because I'm
Mhm.
waiting for that.
Okay, good. Good. Let me know when you're experiencing the softness of that comfy blanket.
Yeah.
Excellent. And now that you're inside this amazing time in bed, I want you to let me know is there anything you hear?
No, no sound.
No
That is
sound.
totally my visual and kinesthetic.
Okay, okay. But if there's how is the silence? Is it a good silence? How does it make you feel?
Very nice, comfortable.
I want you to make that comfortable silence louder so that you feel its comfort even more.
Mm.
And I want you're in a very comfortable bed under the yellow blanket, very cozy. There's a comfortable silence around you. I want you to sink into the bed and I want you to let me know what it feels like.
Yeah.
Excellent. So now, do you feel what do you feel?
I don't want to come back to that blanket.
Okay, great, great. So I want you to now just drift out of this memory so that you're looking at it as a movie and
Mm.
just let it be on that white screen. I just want you to drift out
Mm.
and, stand outside the white screen and let that cozy, comfortable memory be on that white screen, right?
Mm. Mm.
And I want you to expand it so fast it knocks that small memory that you left in the corner off the screen. Just do it boom, like that. And let me know when you've achieved it.
Yeah. Yep.
Excellent. Oh, and what is that like when you do that?
It's like that. That this is the main picture, main
Yeah,
attraction of my movie. Main
that's,
attraction. That is
yeah,
the YOLO comfy comfort.
yeah. And it, how does it feel when it knocks the other memory off the screen?
In that other memory, it has no place in that screen. There's no white
Yeah,
screen also. Now the whole screen becomes the YOLO comfy.
yeah. That's great. That's great. So now I want you to just take this memory and just place it on the right side of the white screen. So the white screen is blank again.
Mhm.
And you know that small A4 sized unresourceful memory?
Mhm.
I just want you to place it on the white screen
Mhm.
and push it down to the corner like you did last time.
Okay.
And I want you to take the cozy memory and just put it fast on the white screen. Make it fill the screen and knock off the small memory.
Yeah.
What was that like?
It's just like a color.
Yeah,
Colorful color just coming, yellow, comfy, covered those that little small black image.
yeah, yeah. And I think that yellow comforter seems to be very important, right?
Yeah,
To
yeah. Very,
yeah,
very related to me.
yeah, yeah. Perhaps you can repeat this just one more time for this session. You can just push the big memory with the yellow comforter to the right. Just place it there carefully and clean the white screen. And you can just take that unresourceful A4 size memory and put it on the screen. And once you do that, I want you to just take the big memory and push the unresourceful memory off the screen so that the yellow comforter memory floods the white screen. And the other memory is knocked off. You don't even know where it is. Let me know when it's done.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Now it
And
becomes the YOLO comfy
yeah,
taking place through whole through the white screen.
yeah, that's amazing. And what we're seeing here is how, you know, an internal representation of a
Hmm.
resourceful habit, a resourceful moment where the habit you wanted was initiated, how the what you felt, what you saw, what you heard, it allowed you to associate again with that resourceful state that came with the positive, with the habit that you want, and how you're able to use all your senses to allow it to dominate over the unresourceful habit by diminishing its impact on your inner map, by shrinking the amount of focus you're giving it, and by allowing it to get supplanted and replaced by the richer representation of your desired habit. And this is what this is the swish technique, which is an interesting tool from neurolinguistic programming. And repeating this visualization every day will allow you to strengthen your own association and your own focus on your resourceful state that comes from the habit you want, and to diminish the attraction of the unresourceful habit to your awareness. And Yeah, if you're comfortable, Andalib, I'm happy to stop with the demonstration over here.
Thank
And
you.
I invite you to reflect on what that was like.
Yeah, Priya, I would like to, in fact, because that is first thing is that as you related with IRS first before doing the exercise, that is a very good creating a ground within my mind that when I've related that there are something unresourceful state which is directly related with my IRS, that is my kinesthetic part. Same vibe, that is my pattern. That habit is very much related with my kinesthetic part. Same way that when we are talking about my, and I'm talking about my sleeping pattern, going early to bed, I really related that resourceful state that again and again I'm experiencing the comfortable blanket, the yellow blanket, comfy blanket. So I found a very good relationship that every habit, whatever it is a good relation with our other vision, either vision or auditory part or the kinesthetic part. So knowing that thing, that is very important for me, and it becomes easy for me when I know that this is the key point, is the trigger point where I can transfer, where I can change. So end of the day, I can't see anything else. I can see only the comfy blanket, the yellow comfy blanket, nothing else, and which giving me so comfortable in my mind, in my body also. So this is my experience that how we relate with our internal representation system, our habit, and also transform this internal representation system to our resourceful habit. That is very interesting. And as well as you know that neurolinguistic programming is all about that. We are talking about our resources, that we have all the resources within us. So if we want to shift our habit to a resourceful habit, we have that resourceful materials within us. So we can use it and create it for our new life.
That's
Thank you.
amazing. I like how you mentioned that we have the resources within us already with which we can create the shifts that we want. So thank you for that share, Andalab. It resonates with me as well. It looks like we have a new participant in the speaker gallery. Am I right in pronouncing your name as Praveen? Am I correct?
Yeah, I'm Praveen.
Hi, Praveen. Thank you for joining us today. We are talking about the possibility of changing our life story by changing just one little habit today. So, when I talk about changing one's life story by tweaking just one little habit today, what does that say for you? Like, what does that indicate for you? Any thoughts come to your mind?
Are you asking me?
Yes, Mr. Praveen.
Yeah, by changing our habits, we can change our present situation. We can live happily, like exercise, doing meditation, and reading any book, and also talking with any other person, sharing our thoughts, and spending our time in nature, and going for a long journey. It will bring some happiness.
That's wonderful. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Are there any moments in your life so far where you maybe had an unresourceful habit that you didn't like, but you were able to successfully shift it to a good habit that you liked?
Yeah, that one thing, the yoga changed me. When I was in my school, I used to get into depression always because my friends coming to school by bicycle. I have to travel by walk on foot regularly. It is far away. It is 3 kilometers from my house. I used to walk regularly on foot. So
Mm-hmm.
why shouldn't have, because my father and mother, they are farmers, they are economically very weak at that time. So I depressed, I went into depression, but that yoga brings me confidence, uh, that changed me how to think positive, how to be strong, how to come back from difficult situations. It's all about our mindset. I That yoga taught me it's all about mindset, happiness and sadness. Even we can maintain uh, our our happiness, even during the struggling time. If we, it's all about the mindset. Thank you.
That is that is brilliant share. That's a very great share, Mr. Praveen. Thank you. And thank you for sharing with us your journey of discovering the power of yoga in helping you shift state, right? Because you mentioned in what you shared that you were able to shift the state of your mind and discover your resources within you. That is an unbelievable story, and thank you so much for sharing it with us, Mr. Praveen. We find it very inspiring, and it actually
Thank
ties in
you.
with, yeah, thank you, and it ties in very neatly with our topic for today: a new habit. Just changing one little habit from an unresourceful one to a resourceful one can redefine the rest of your life story. And we welcome you and thank you for sharing this with us. Thank you. And unfortunately, today we have reached the end of our session. But Mr. Praveen, we look forward to having you join us in future clubhouse sessions, where basically what Andalib and I are doing, we are taking day-to-day issues and using something called neuro-linguistic programming, a subject that studies how we interpret the world and deal with the world. We are studying how we can use that to make our life better. And it would be great if the next time we hold a clubhouse session, we call this clubhouse session the Roundtable Chat, you join us and share with us your insights and your wisdom. So thanks for joining us today, and we hope to see you in future clubhouse sessions
Yeah,
at the
thank you.
Roundtable Chat. Yeah.
Any room particularly your club members created?
Yes. So we are called the Roundtable Chat. The name of this room is the Roundtable Chat.
Can you share that
Um,
link?
yes. I think we have a messaging feature on Clubhouse, right, Andalin? So definitely,
I think
Mr.
another thing is that Praveen can follow us in Instagram so that he can get all the information.
Yes,
That would
Mr.
be because link we
Praveen.
sometimes change.
Yeah. Do you have an email address, Mr. Praveen? I can make sure we email you the details of this chat.
Yeah.
You can just share the email in your chat so
Yes.
we will send you all the information there.
Yes.
Okay, sure.
Yes. That
Thank
is
you.
something we can do. Yeah. Perfect. Thank you. So we'll make sure you're aware of our next meeting. And yes, is there anything else anybody else would like to share before we close the session for today? So just before we close, I'll just repeat that this clubhouse room is called the Roundtable Chat. It's a space, a very safe space where people can meet to discuss things from day to day life and how we can improve it by using the tools of NLP or neuro linguistic programming. Uh, so it's hosted by Andalib and myself. And we look forward to doing more such sessions in the future so that all of us can grow and offer support to each other with over time. So,
Yeah, thank,
Yeah. Yes, go ahead, Anjali,
Thank you,
please.
Priya. And also, you can share us in our Instagram. So, Priya, would you like to share your organization details so that people can share in your Instagram?
Absolutely. So I am a life coach with intentionalcoaching.online. And that is definitely my Instagram handle is something I'll definitely put in the description of this clubhouse room, the roundtable chat.
Yeah.
I'll make sure it is there. Thank you.
Yeah, that will be helpful. And also, if you want to curious about your life and if you want to know more about NLP, these sessions are very helpful. We demonstrate some tools which you can use in your daily life, and also we will discuss the content, the new habit, ambition like this. It will boost up your confidence and your personality also. So stay with us, stay tuned, and you will get all the information in Instagram, of Priya's Instagram, and myself. I have an organization, Heal Bangladesh Foundation. We have Facebook page. We update all the clubhouse details there also. So stay with us, and we will updating you soon for our next session. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, Antilip. Thank you, KP. Thank you, Mr. Praveen. And thank you also to Mr. KP Divakaran and Ms. Sheikh who are in the audience. We look forward to meeting you all in our next roundtable chat. Thank you very much. Take care, everyone. Have a good day.
Bye.